Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. Now, I do apologise for my attire at the moment. I know I look like the world's worst personal trainer, but it has got even hotter. I'm one episode away, if it carries on like this, from just presenting the next one in a flowery vest, to be honest. So that's something to look forward to. Now then, the first and probably one of the most important pieces of business to discuss in today's episode is that we have brand new kits. Oh yes! You should sort of be seeing them on the screen right now. They were very, incredibly well designed by Request-a-Kit over on Twitter, so I have dropped his link in the description. Please do go over and follow him, and also, if you're looking for any kits, hit him up. The guy's work is astonishingly good. Now, initially we had a different sponsor on it, but after some discussions with the actual club, I decided to switch it back to their normal sponsor so we could give them a bit more promotion on that and, you know, not mess it up, because I accidentally put their biggest competitor's sponsor on the kit. So that was probably a bad idea, but this is going to be the kit that we're going to be going forward with, which I think is pretty damn nice. So yeah. Right then, we have obviously had a couple of games off camera, so let's quickly get into that, and I can show you the kits in the club screen as well after that. We had our home game against Silkeborg, and my Gideon. This game was very close to being some very poor dropped points for us. I don't think we were that great on the night. We obviously dominated the game, but we just couldn't get enough shots on target. Silkeborg did nothing. They played that system that they played in the Livecom last season, and they just bedded in to try and get us. Eventually, we brought on Fagner for a little run out, and my lord, this guy, considering I told him he was going to be the backup to a backup to a backup, he's looking like my first choice option off the bench at the moment, and he might have a very bright future here in Greenland. Yeah, Rogers Jr. whipped a ball in, Wagner got on the end of it and made it 1-0 in the 91st minute to grab us a very important win, and our second of the season, and 2 clean sheets in the league. That's always nice, isn't it? Played a full strength side for this one, because I knew I was going to be able to rest players against Skengia in the second leg. I made 10 changes from our starting lineup from the first leg against Skengia for this game, but it wasn't a big deal, basically, and we still managed to win the game 5-0. A pair of goals from Fagner. The guy is just there. I think he's actually the top scorer on the team at the moment. One from Tonya, of all people. Mark Yakim got one, and Peter Surgaard got one as well. It's nice to get him some game time. Surgaard is going to be starting all of our second string games in the middle. I've been using him as a Metzalo at the moment. Might try him as box-to-box, someone suggested. And we might even perhaps be thinking about retraining him as the attacking midfielder, although with the options we've got available, it might not be the best idea, particularly after, oh god, I can't remember the guy's name, the Finnish lad that's going to join us from Sundsvall in January. It means he'll be moving even further down the pecking order there. And in the game against Midtjylland, this was a strange one. I figured they'd play a lot better than us in this one, and they did have some better chances overall, but we just sort of dominated the game in more ways than one. And I played, again, the second string with a couple of third stringers, if you like. Johnny Ia actually started this game, and, well, I honestly think he was the key for this one. We battled their own aerial dominance with Paul Onowachu, who is actually taller than Johnny Ia, but with our own version, and Ia scores 2 headers and makes it 2-0 to us in 2 separate moments of the game. Brilliant stuff, a good win, and yet another clean sheet. We've actually not conceded a single goal in any competition this year. 5 straight clean sheets in all competitions. I think we got one in the last game of last season too, so it's going back a while. I don't think we'll be able to do that against Zagreb today, though. Now, the league is shaping up like this. We are currently top of the league, along with FC Copenhagen, as you would kind of imagine. It's going to be a very tight 2-horse race, I sense, this year between us and them. If anyone else keeps up, then fair play to them. Horsen's looking dead and buried at the moment already. Odense have started fairly well. They've got 4 points, so that's nice for the new boys. Rogers Jr. is the best player in the league at the moment. He's already got 3 assists in the league and another one in the Champions League as well, so he's already on 4 assists this year. What a start from Carl. Surgaard has signed another little contract extension. Once he turns 18, we're going to get him on a big boy contract that can be a lot longer term, like a 5-year deal on some decent money, so I don't want to lose him later down the line. Also, FC Copenhagen have lost their manager because he's gone to take over Stoke City. So that might put them in a little bit of turmoil, which might just see us be able to get a little bit ahead of them. Also, I did go back in for that right wing back that I was talking about, Malambi. I'm going to quickly show you him now because we didn't get him and you'll see why. So here he is. He's the driven personality, Tumelo Malambi. He played for Kaiser Chiefs, actually, not Mameloni Sundowns. You could sort of see why I was interested in this guy. The driven personality, lots of decent stats in lots of decent areas. I felt like he's, you know, he wasn't super young, but you could see why I wanted this guy. And we could have picked him up for 200k, and that was kind of what I was really interested in because he didn't have any silly release clauses. We'd agreed a deal for 5k a week, but then Braunschweig came in and they've offered him nearly £20,000 a week, and we weren't going to be able to compete with a team like that. So off he went to Braunschweig, which is a shame, but there you go. I'll keep looking. And keep looking is exactly what I did. And I found someone who I've never wanted a player as bad as this guy for a while. I'm going to show you him too. So this is Renato Busso. He is a 16-year-old Italian lad that plays for Hellas Verona over in, I think, maybe Serie B. I'm not sure what league they're in. They're one of the two. They're either Serie A or Serie B. Fairly professional, but my point is he is 16 years old and already has these stats and a fairly professional personality. He's got consistency as a pro as well. He's 5'11". Okay, flair, leadership, free kick taking, penalty taking a little bit lower, but everything else is right where I want it. Like crossing, great dribbling, and he's 16. And not only that, Hellas Verona were prepared to let us have him for $1 million up front and another 1.5 million, which I know is a lot of money. And I actually ended up selling the Canate release clause, Canate 50% of next sale clause, back to Bayern for 5 million so that I could try and facilitate this transfer. They agreed the deal, but he won't agree to enter contract talks with us. So I am implementing a little thing I learned off of FM Teach over on Twitch, which is to make him your top transfer target, have one of your players talk to him about coming, and also going to watch games he participates in, and hopefully we can convince him to come and join us. Hopefully. He's going to be my main transfer target for the rest of this summer. If I can bring him in, I will be ecstatic. If not, we will keep monitoring him and hope that we can agree a deal before he ends up getting picked off by someone massive, because I feel like this lad could be something special. And the final little piece of business is Fabiano Cravinhos, a young Brazilian centre-back who was actually one of the mob that we signed when we were just signing amateur players. He is the final one of those players that's come and joined us, and he's actually bloody excellent too. 5-star potential, 3-star current ability, fairly determined, decent jumping reach, marking, heading, tackling, determination, all the sensible stats. He has got them in abundance, so it's good to have a little bit more. I think I'm negotiating a contract with him at the moment. I'm fairly certain I've already offered him one. Have I not? Yeah, I have. He hasn't actually agreed to it yet, though, so hopefully we can get him in and get even more depth to our centre-backs, even though Christian Lever's still complaining about that, despite having all of these. Don't know. Right then, let's get into today's game. We're at home against Dinamo Zagreb. I feel like we've got enough in the tank to maybe sneak through this. I think if we get a good result in the first leg, maybe get a goal or two, something to take to Croatia and try and score. I really don't know how this is going to go. And as recording, the next round hasn't actually been drawn yet, so we don't know who we're going to play. After the first game, when we come back, then you'll know who we might play when we get through. I say when we get through. If we get through. I've got to stop getting ahead of myself at this point. This is the Champions League. Right, so this is the sort of the second string / third string. Luckily, I've made some selections so we can at least copy these over because it was getting ridiculous having to switch players in and out all the time. So, Bravo, Svenningsson, Akinola, Shishi, Zayem, Roger Jr., Chowie, Lever, Rocco, Curtin, and Amoa. And on the bench, we'll just do a quick pick of those players so we can sort this out. We're going with Nyang, Maskutsa, Santos, Fagner, Saifi, Sugord, and Johnny Iya making a little appearance on the bench. Nice to see. Who's dropped out to put him there, though? Don't worry, it was Mark Yakin, but he's got a slight knock, so he wouldn't have been able to play anyway. Right then, they're playing that type of system. As always, an inside forward, a deep line playmaker, and a deep line forward. So we'll kind of do the thing. We'll mark the crap out of Toussaint, get Enriquez getting marked up, and of course, closing down those wingers and whatnot. And Marcos Paulo up front. It should be I don't know. I really don't know. Let's just get in and see what happens. Okay, then. They have completely changed their system. That is not what I expected. This is what I mean. The opposition reports don't always get it right, and I've noticed in the Champions League they've got it wrong, because from what I remember, Skendia played a different system in the second leg completely. So the question is, who do we mark up here? Is it Toussaint or is it Nezovic? That's going to have to be something. This is a good system for us to play against, though. I'm surprised they've done this. We might just leave the rest, to be honest. And now it's time for a question of the day. And today's question is this. Have you ever rage quit on FM? Not for a very long time, and not on YouTube and stuff. The thing about YouTube, like, making content means that sometimes bad results are equally as entertaining as good ones. Like, think of some of the results we've had with B67, where I could have, thrown my toys out the pram and reloaded or whatever. But sometimes the story is better when you lose games too and things get fun with that. Bravo's already through. Go on, Bramiano. He's already through and he really has to do better with that. He really does. Have you guys ever rage quitted? And if so, what made you do it? I'm kind of curious to see what kind of event would make that sort of thing happen. Svenningsson, ball in. Bravo! Oh, it's in the back of the net. That was a bit fortunate, really. I think the goalkeeper made an initial stop, but Mariano Bravo has put us 1-0 up inside 6 minutes here, and this is the perfect start to the game, basically. Svenningsson is running into these channels and getting into absolutely acres of space. They're all over the place at the moment. It's a wonderful ball in. It's a shame he's not going to get credited. And it's a great initial save, and he's stooped low with 2 players on the line, and Bravo's got himself another goal for the year. Lovely old job. And if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Bravo's got to square it for Svenningsson. He has to square it. Svenningsson, oh dear, he should have done better there, really. There was a really good opportunity there. And if he plays that ball first time when he gets that first touch, that's a goal. I just don't want to concede the away goal today. Oh, Svenningsson's in. Go on, Jonas. Go on, Jonas. Oh, that's poor. Really poor. But again, another chance. Maybe even look for the overlap. That's what we did in the first leg against Skendia, I think. We might as well make the most of it today and see if we can't grab ourselves a lead that is insurmountable in this first leg, if that's even possible. Svenningsson and Livakovic makes the save again, but we've started excellently in this game. And cut out easily. Right, this is more like it, lads. Get the pressure coming. Chowie. Ball in. Svenningsson's header, and it is 2-0. I mean, it's been coming, really. We've been superb so far. Jonas Svenningsson makes it 2-0 to B67. Keradine Chowie getting in there. That is an unbelievable cross. I'm really glad that we are using him instead of Moskutsa this year. Moskutsa is good still, and he's done well in the other games, but Chowie just seems to be a level above. That is a brilliant header from Svenningsson. Yet again, the guy just seems to be impossible to beat in the air, and I don't know why. They've got an injury as well, which is certainly not going to help them. I just want one more goal, just to sort of settle the nerves a little in this game. Bravo, just a little bit wide. You don't need to do that, Mariano. We're in total control. Lever with the clearance, and Akinola will pick this up. Can he find a pass upfield? There's lots of options making the run. Ooh, don't know how sensible that one was, but Chowie's making the run. Oh my god, we've got so many overloads. We've got about 3 men overloading the back post. Ball in, Svenningsson, and it's saved again. Honestly, I'm a little unsure as to how we've not scored a third goal in this match so far. Bravo's ball, Svenningsson, Zayem, Chowie, and that's going to go out of play. No, it's not. Shishi! Oh, god, over the bar. I mean, I think we just kind of have to keep doing what we're doing. We're playing an absolute blinder here. Svenningsson and Bravo with the early goals, but we really should have had at least one more goal. 3-0 is what I want to see from the second half of this game. That's what we need to make the second leg a little bit more comfortable. Things seem to have really slowed off in this second half now. Our chance creation is dropping. I might just drop the tempo down a little bit, try and just sort of protect what we've got at the moment. Get the clean sheet, which is most important. Ball in. Akinola. Curtain, and that is 3-0, and that should be game over, and hopefully tie over with it. If we can keep a clean sheet today, and that'll be yet another clean sheet if we can get it, that'll be ideal. Great work from Sani Akinola, taking the free kick, comes back to him, manages to pick out Pat Curtin at the far post. Lovely little dinked ball, and Pat Curtin with the header. Lovely stuff. His first Champions League goal. Time for a couple of changes, I think. Bravo's been great, but we're going to get on Fagner on the left, and perhaps Surgor in the middle as well for Zayem. Make him into the Metzala. Oh, I forgot I set up a personalised instruction for him. Never mind. And yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Just make a couple little changes there to sort of freshen things up in the midfield. Get Surgor bombing forward maybe. See if we can't nick ourselves a fourth goal and really put the final nail in the coffin here. I must say, this performance has been above and beyond anything I expected. I figured we might be able to sneak ourselves a little win here, but to win 3-0 and in such dominant fashion, I think has a lot to do with the system they've chosen to play. I just don't know why they would do that. Svenningsson, it's a penalty. It's a penalty, which means Jonas Svenningsson will get the chance to take it because Bravo isn't on the pitch. Hey, if Jonas scores this, it's officially tie over, I'd say. Svenningsson, and it's saved by Livakovic. God, Jonas, mate. Come on. Those are big chances for us. That just puts this to bed. Oh, the keeper's doing star jumps all over the place. So much space that wide foot. Oh, Chowie and Akers. Got to find a pass. Will he shoot? Pulls it back. Oh, too long for Fagner. That's not good from him. He should really be doing better with that. He had a lot of opportunity. Ooh. There's a bit of a breakaway. A 3-on-3 here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Come on. Leonard Mrmic with the goal for the undeserved goal for Dinamo Zagreb. They've done nothing in this game. And that all came from a really poor cross from Keradine Chowie. But that being said, the defenders should be doing... I don't know what that's about. And it's a good finish from Mrmic, but come on. You're better than that. No, we can't. Don't you dare let them slip that through. What? Oh, he's offside. Sorry, that looked like it went straight through my defender, but it's because he wasn't paying attention because he was offside. 3-1 is very frustrating. I think we probably should have been more goals up in this game, to be honest. The chances have been there. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think a 3-1 win is still a very good scoreline to take into the second leg. Holy shit. What is happening? I know they're pushing forward, but come on, guys. Chowie, and there we go. It's 3-1 to B67. Frustrating that we let them have a goal, to be honest. We should have done better. We should have really scored the penalty as well to put this game to bed. They didn't deserve the goal from the game. They played appallingly, but we still need to make sure that in the second leg we go out there. We've not conceded a single goal this year, and they're going to have to score at least 2 of them against us in the away leg. So hopefully that's good. Right then, guys, we're back, and believe me, sitting in front of a fan for the last 20 minutes whilst I was playing the game off camera, it's been joyous. Anyway, we had a pretty tough game against AGF. They didn't really offer much, but they were certainly solid in a few places. We took the lead early, well, right before half-time through Mark Yakim. Great ball in from Carl Rogers Jr., of course. And then right on the stroke of half-time, they scored with their very first shot of the game. Ball lumped in and Morten Lassen wins the header from a free kick, and they're scored. Very, very disappointing. But straight into the second half, we lumped a ball to the edge of the box from a corner, and Peter Surgård drilled it from the edge of the box into the bottom corner. He was one of the best performers on the pitch in that game. If Rogers Jr. hadn't won man of the match, he would have done. So Surgård, the hometown hero, we might actually have both Svenningsson and Surgård could be potential just superstars of this save, and that'd be so good to have 2 of them. And the other thing is that Fabian Moskutsa, as a result of playing in that game as the part of the second string, which is doing really well, by the way, they've won all their games they've played in. That was his 124th league appearance for us, which makes him our record league appearance holder now. He just overtook Mikel Nigor. Remember him from the early days? So Fabian Moskutsa, I could say what I like about him, but the fact is the guy has played 124 league games for us and is a club legend in his own right. Anyway, oh, look at that lovely red away kit. I wanted to get that Greenland flag in there, and it does look unbelievable. So that's really nice today. We just have to come here and not, well, if we can avoid defeat, then we go through, basically. That's the key. Oh, you want to know who we're playing in the next round? Why didn't I say that? I've actually forgotten. Who are we playing in the next round? It's been drawn. AZ Alkmaar. We're going to play against AZ Alkmaar, and if we can beat them over 2 legs, we are in the Champions League group stages. But again, we haven't won this tie yet, so I keep getting ahead of myself with this. Okay, so we switch it over to the first string. That's who we're going to go with for today. I played Surgor as a box-to-box midfielder in the last match, just to sort of try that option out. I hope I haven't accidentally removed... No, I think everything should still be on Shishi. I want to make a personalised version for him, but I might actually deploy him here, but then we wouldn't have had a playmaker. I don't know. I'm not sure which role I would rather have him play in, basically, whether we keep the central midfielder or keep the deep line playmaker. This one feels more important to keep hold of, though. So, Amoa, Curtin, Rocco, Lever, Chowie, Rogers Jr., Zaem, Shishi, Akinola, Svenningsson, and Bravo, and on the bench, we'll do a little switcheroo. Now, my assistant, or the coaching report, suggested that they're going to play a 4-4-2 against us, so we'll see if that's still the case. Niang, Moskutsa, Santos, Yakim, Saifi, Surgod, and Fagner on the bench. Is this still what they're saying over here? Yes, it is. Okay. That's not too bad. We're good against 4-4-2s, generally speaking. Same plan as always then. Mark up to sort. Nezovic is playing as a ball-winning midfielder today, so it is definitely about to start. But we got this wrong last time round with the scouting report, so hopefully they actually do play this system, because I'd be bloody confident if they do. But let's get into this. Oh, good. They lied. We've been duped yet again. This system is the one that worries me a little bit. I still think we're going to be strong enough, but that away goal, it just bothers me so much. Anyway, we're going to go off for Toussaint. I assume Enriquez is going to play as an inside forward. That would be my guess anyway. We also had a couple of bids from Mark Yakim from Elfsport and Everton, which is a weird set of teams. Weirdly, Everton were only offering us like 200k, whereas Elfsport were prepared to go to 1.5 million. So Everton being cheapskates there. But nothing compared to the sort of 1.9, 2.1 million that Palace were offering in the summer earlier in the transfer window. So he's definitely staying, and he's not asked to leave or anything like that. So that's fine. This could be quite difficult. I think the look for the overlap instruction is going to... Oh, good grief. And that is an excellent save from Amoa, and I'm sweating already. I think looking for the overlap should be fine for this game. I think that generally seems to work quite well against teams that play those highly pushed-up wingers. Or, cleared away by Rocco. Akinola with the ball in. No, goes short for Chowie. This is what happened in the last game, actually. The ball came out to Surgård there, and... Oh, Svenningsson's put it in! There's the away goal that we needed. Jonas Svenningsson, very, very fortunate to have the goal, but that could be the goal that sends us into at the very least, the Europa League group stages. Because if we get knocked out in the next round, that's where we'd go, I believe. Although I have eyes on going much further than that. Because I think AZ Alkmaar might be a beatable team. I think there's worse teams we could have been matched against than them. Or, oh god, they've got a man over. Koric! And it is 1-1 here on 32 minutes. Anti-Koric with the equaliser there. I mean, do they deserve... It doesn't really matter whether they deserve it. They've got it. This was some really nice, patient build-up from them. I was always worried that there was going to be a guy making that late run, and there he was. Or picked him out beautifully. It's a lovely finish from Ante Koric. Okay, things are about to get kind of interesting in this game, but we've got our away goal. That limits what they can do. We're still in a very good position, though. 4-2 up on the night, but I don't know. I always worry with these games. Sometimes things just look like they're going a bit wrong for you. Look at some of the passing they're playing is actually very nice, but Chowie's won it again. Svenningsson, he's got Bravo over. Can he find him? He's going to run himself. Go on, we need a good back post cross from Svenningsson here. Ball in. Akinola! That is glorious stuff, and that should be the tie now. Because even if they win this game 4-2, we'd still go through. They need 4 more goals in this match. This has been a really good performance away from home. Svenningsson's put on an absolute clinic today of great football, and Akinola grabs himself yet another goal for the season. And look at the away following as well here, by the way. Loads of fans travel from Greenland to come to Zagreb. I wonder how many away fans we actually have had in this game. Pila. I very much like what I've seen in that first half. Svenningsson with a goal and an assist. Obviously, he's going to be in for man of the match, no doubt. Chowie's not had the best game, despite me actually noticing him doing good things, but I might actually be tempted to move him up to an attacking role in the second half, because I find that if my players are underperforming here in these two roles, switching them from either attacking or support, depending on which one they're on, seems to make the difference in games. I don't know why, but it does. One thing I would say is Zagreb are keeping the ball really well in a lot of places, even in really quite dangerous areas. They're keeping the ball quite well. They've just only really managed to do anything with it that one time, which I'm actually really pleased with our defenders were. Uh-oh, Marco Paulo's through, and it is 2-2 here on the night. Marcus Paulo with the goal. This is what I mean. Their chances are coming after long, sustained periods of possession. They're giving us a good run on the night, but those 2 away goals are really going to be the killer, unless they can score 3 more. I really hope they don't. What a great strike that is from Marcus Polo, or Marco Polo. If he was my player, that's what he'd be called. And he's also now been booked. He's not having a good game. I might even be tempted to get Fabian Moscootsa on as the final substitution, to be honest. Give him a little run out today. Svenningsson. Chowie needs to be making that run. There we go. Unless Chowie goes and gets an assist now. Oh, and he hasn't, but Fagner's got the goal anyway, and of course he has. Fagner coming off the bench to score yet another goal this year. I think that's 5 he's already got for us this season. He's already on one of our top scorers, and he's certainly got the most goals per minutes played, I'd have to say. Svenningsson, great ball out to Chowie. I mean, I'm going to credit Chowie with this myself, because it is a great ball in. I think the defender clears it against Fagner, who puts it in, and that surely is game over now. Lovely old job. But when Svenningsson really gets going, when he gets his legs under him and starts just running at people, he is unplayable, and he's only going to get better at that, remember. I can see him easily getting to 20 dribbling in his career by the time he's like really, really old. Oh, Akinola's through. Svenningsson with the assist, and Sani Akinola capping off an absolutely brilliant performance for him. I mean, that is man of the match winning performance from him. 2 goals on the night for Akinola. Starts the move, drops it off as AM, and then he actually slowly makes his run. Svenningsson tracks him. Brilliant back-heeled ball through, and Akinola smashes it in. It's 7-3 on aggregate, and we are comfortably heading through to face off against Alkmaar in, that'd be Tuesday's episode, I guess. Maybe we can get a couple more in the night. Akinola's been sensational tonight, but Svenningsson as well. He's got a goal and 2 assists in this game. Surgård, here we go. This is where he does shine. Oh, he's really good from those areas. He connects, he hits the target, and there we go. We're through to the Champions League playoffs. A goal for Svenningsson, 2 for Akinola, and 1 for my man Fagner. Lovely old job. Let's face it, was it ever in doubt? So let's just quickly see the next round, because now that it's been drawn, there we go. So we're playing AZ Alkmaar, Malmö are playing against Ludogorets, Athens against Austria Vienna, and Molde against Celtic. So that's kind of an interesting one. I think we actually probably could have taken on any of these teams. Celtic might have been a tough one. Malmö are pretty good too. But I don't know, I'm pretty happy against playing against Alkmaar. I think we could possibly get the win over them in 2 legs, and that could take us into the Champions League group stages. And I don't know how much money you get, but we need that money, and it is going to be sensational for us, particularly in the pursuit of Renato Busso, who still refuses to talk to me. Right, sorry about that, guys. My face cam completely died. The battery went. I forgot to plug it in when I started this, and I had the whole thing sitting open while I was playing the games off camera. That was like 25 minutes, so yeah, that's not great. And it's so hot in here. Anyway, so, next episode, it's obviously going to be the 2 games against outside Alkmaar. And oh, brilliant, we've got a match against Copenhagen in the middle. That's just perfect, isn't it? We've got Randers off camera next. That is a winnable away game, and I really need to go there and win. That will put us on 5 wins out of 5, 15 points, nicely comfortable at the top of the league. And it means if we do need to drop some points during the group stages, if we can get there, then we might have the luxury of doing that. Although I do think the second string is actually performing very, very well in our absence. And they're getting some game time, and it's allowing us to develop more players. So this could be a blessing in disguise for us. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, we're through to the Champions League playoff round, then do drop a like on the video. That would be dope. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this in your inbox every single Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And I will join you guys in the next episode for a double header of games against AZ Alkmaar. They're probably the most important games that we've ever played on this save is the next 2. It's sort of... shit will get off the pot at this point. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.